Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. Today we're going to talk about an exciting event. It's the 29th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest. It's happening all over Reading, Pennsylvania. It's 10 days and we have a ton of shows to talk about. With us right now we have some very special artists. First of all, we have Keiko Matsui, pianist and composer. Thank you for taking time.
Hi, nice to see you again.
It's great to see you again, too.
Thank you.
Really good to see you. And Gerald Veasley, fabulous bass player and fixture at Berks Jazz Fest. Thank you for being here.
It's always a pleasure. Good to see you.
It's so good to see you too. There's so much going on this year. There's over 40 ticketed events, over 100 community events, and there's a lot that we need to tell everybody. So let's get started with some of the shows. First of all, it's happening on Friday night, April 5th, running through Sunday the 14th. We have some great opening acts, right, Gerald?
Yeah, starting off, we've got Brian Culberson coming in. He's always a crowd favorite, so he kicks the festival off. And you know, I'm lucky enough to bring my Nina Simone project on Saturday, April 6th, which features the amazing Carol Riddick. And you know, it's amazing because there are, how many, over 50 major ticketed events and 100 of the community shows, so they're great shows for everyone here at the Berks Jazz Fest.
It is, and there's something for everyone because this truly is one of the biggest and best jazz and blues festivals, not only on the East Coast, but really in the country. And Keiko, you have such a history too. You started, what did you do with this?
Well, did you, with this mean?
In the very beginning, you were a part, right?
Yes, in '87, I performed in Reading, and actually I received the key for the Reading from Mayor at the pagoda. That was a very special ceremony, and since then I've been commuting here, so this is a very historical place for my career too.
It is, it is. And so you've been in the States how long now, Keiko?
Now, 32 years.
Okay.
30, yes, about that.
And brand new album,
Yes.
CD, yes.
I'm so happy to share this new music for the festival too, and this is my 28th album, and totally original new 10 songs which I received from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would love to play from that too, with the special collaboration with the Reading Pops Orchestra this time.
Yes, that's going to be really great because that's at the Miller Center for the Arts. And anybody who's ever attended anything in that venue, it's phenomenal. The sound is just great. Gerald, also on that first night, we've got Steve Smith and Vital Information back, don't we?
Yeah, Steve Smith is a fan favorite, and he's one of the kind of progenitors of fusion. He's really an amazing drummer and percussionist, and included in the band is Baron Brown and amazing Mark Soskin, a virtuoso pianist. That's a great show.
Absolutely. And then later that night, Jeffrey Osborne comes in at 10 o'clock. He's going to be at the DoubleTree. That's going to be a huge draw, don't you think?
I think so. I'm a big Jeffrey Osborne fan because he has that golden voice and he's just a wonderful performer. So, yeah, that's a can't-miss performance.
Absolutely. Well, then we were talking about your show is on Saturday, April 6th. That's in the afternoon and it's at 1:30. That's such a special show when you bring Carol in, isn't it?
Yes, Carol is just a fantastic vocalist. She sings with she puts her heart and soul into every note. And we're honoring the music and the legacy of Nina Simone, who of course is an American treasure. So I always enjoy playing that music with Carol and you know, just presenting this to an audience that I know will appreciate Nina's work.
Also what's going on that day, Art Charade. It's going to be a soul review and Aretha Franklin tribute, right?
Oh yeah, so Art Charade, a wonderful saxophonist, he's a lover of Motown, and of course he appreciates Aretha. And they're going to do a whole soul tribute. The lineup is amazing with Jeff Kashiwa, Elon Trotman, Kevin Whalum, Jeff Bradshaw, David P. Stevens, and many others. And that's another can't-miss performance.
And it's that day for that sweet, sexy soul, too, right? Because we've got Will Downing coming in, right? 7
Yeah,
p.m.
you know, Will Downing, as you know, he's just an amazing vocalist. He's someone who, you know, I wish I had that kind of voice because it's just a velvety voice, and he's bringing in some friends, Howard Hewitt, who's an amazing vocalist, and Avery Sunshine as well.
Yeah, well, that's the night then at 7:30 that you're going to be doing your show with the Readings Pop.
That's
right?
the night. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same. See, that's what's interesting. There's so much going on, right?
And amazing, and this shows that the music has no borders.
Absolutely.
And accepting these wonderful musicians, artists at one place and many shows. This is an amazing festival.
It absolutely is. And what happens on both weekends, Friday nights and Saturday nights at midnight, I mean, this just doesn't stop. It goes till 2 a.m. And Gerald, I give you credit for this. So tell us about those midnight jams.
So the midnight jams are a tradition now here at the Berks Jazz Fest, and you never know who's going to show up. We do have some crowd favorites that will definitely be there. Joining me on stage, Nick Coleone, Brian Bromberg, Steve Cole, Jeff Kashiwa. There are many, many others. So we have always some surprises. We never know what we're going to play or who's going to show up. Maybe we can get Keiko to.
Maybe. Maybe. We'll cross our fingers and we'll hope for that one too. On Sunday, there's a lot going to because Joe McBride is back with the Texas Rhythm Club, and he's going to be bringing some horns for the brunch show.
Yeah, Joe McBride is. You know, we also have a history together with the Berks Jazz Fest with our group, the Heads Up Super Band. And Joe is a wonderful vocalist, and he's performing the music of Ray Charles, something called Unchain My Horns, which will feature the Berks Jazz Fest horns. So that's going to be really one of those once-in-a-lifetime performances.
Yeah, I think so too. On Sunday, that same day on the 7th, the Sax Pack is back at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, the Sax Pack, you know, they're a group that's been around for a long time, started by Jeff Kashiwa, and it's 3 saxophonists. The latest incarnation of it is with Steve Cole and Jakeem Joyner, and they put on an amazing show. It's one of those shows where you don't even have to know anything about jazz per se. They're just so entertaining and so funny and fun. It's great.
They're very entertaining.
Yes.
The energy is just great on stage too. Well, there's still a lot that goes on during the week too, leading into the next weekend. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's some great things going on. We've got the U.S. Navy Band Commodores coming in, right, Gerald?
Yeah, they're of course a great band that's part of our military, and you know, there's some of they're world-class musicians, and that'll be fantastic. And on Monday, we have something called the RMF Project Penske Jazz Jam, which is part of an educational project led by Mike Eben, where we get together and jam, but we also include some of the students. So that also feature my good friend Brian Bromberg and Albert Rivera, so that's great too. Yeah.
This is so exciting. We are going to take a brief pause, and we come back. We're going to find out a little bit more about your show, your new album, and also the Reading Pops, because there's some great details we want to cover with that, and then we still have more to talk about with the Jazz Fest. So stay with us, and here is a taste of the Berks Jazz Fest. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about the 29th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest happening in Reading, Pennsylvania. It starts on Friday, April 5th, runs through Sunday, April 14th. Joining Keiko, Matsui, and myself, we now have the conductor of the Reading Pops Orchestra, Will Rapp. Thank you for taking time, Will.
Well, thank you for having me, Diane. Pleasure to be here.
This is great. And what we were just talking about before we went on camera was this is 5 years to the date that you're going to be performing together on April 6th.
Yes.
How exciting that is, right?
Absolutely. We had such a great collaboration 5 years ago with Keiko and her combo and our 55-piece Reading Pops Orchestra, and just looking forward to it again with some new music this time.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a special celebration for the Pops.
Well, it is. This is the 50th anniversary of the Reading Pops Orchestra. I think officially organized in 1969. So now that we are in 2019, here we go with a great way to get the year started off, this collaboration with Keiko Matsui and some of the great new music that she has created.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of this great new music you have created. This is number 28 if you missed the first segment.
Yes.
So tell me about this and how this came about.
Yes, actually, I have been traveling so much, and I have done some orchestra show in Eastern Europe, and of course, U.S. Air Force Orchestra, and many experience with my fans in many different countries, part of the world. And last year, July 7th, which is very special day in Japan, called Tanabata, which is Ota and Vega only meet once a year, type of very romantic and deep kind of, there's a myth, Japanese myth. And that special day, I received some inspiration. I wrote it down in Japanese. Since then, these melodies start coming to me. And echo really includes that everyone's heart and soul in it. And this time, because for me, it is kind of, I wanted to make a nice reunion. So I invited my first album and second album's rhythm section, who is Vinnie Cariuta on drums, Jimmy Johnson on bass, and Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar. And also I invited some new friends, artists like Kirk Whalum, Marcus Miller, and Gretchen Parlato, who is a great jazz vocalist from New York, and Kyle Eastwood. I invited him on acoustic bass. And so this is a very special project. And I really believe that everyone's heart in it, and this echo has so much love and light. And I really hope that this echoing across the borders and cover this earth, that's kind of my really, not hope, I'm doing it.
Yes.
And it is so fortunate, I feel so fortunate I received these melodies, and also I have opportunity to share music with everyone. And so I think we have a mission, we have the role to spread this light and love through the music, and I'm very honored to be here.
Yeah, and we are so glad that you're here and that you are spreading the light and the love, really. Now, doing it with the Reading Pops is going to add what to this performance, Keiko?
Yes, so, you know, I have over 280 songs now. So it's getting harder and harder, but we would like to share from some of my classic, which we did 5 years ago. So those songs, including those songs, but at the same time I want to feature these new melodies, new songs too. And for this album, I invited the strings and horns too, so it will be great. I can invite their sections too. So it will be very special repertoire.
Absolutely. Oh, that sounds great. Now, I know that the Reading Pops has a great reputation. What is it that makes it so unique in your mind?
Well, the mission of this orchestra has always been to create music of the lighter classic nature. We have a great orchestra in town, the Reading Symphony Orchestra. They do a fabulous job with a classical series of concerts. We don't compete with that. We're completely separate, and we have I think a much different mission. We perform several times during the summer out in the community in parks and beautiful areas, free concerts open to everyone. People of all ages attend. Families will bring their blankets and a lunch or a dinner or whatever the case might be. And then we also have these ticketed events that we get to do in the Miller Center. And we so enjoyed our collaboration 5 years ago in the Miller Center for the Arts. It is a great place to make music together. From the edge of the stage to the back of the audience, 50 feet. So everyone has a great seat visually and a great seat orally as well.
Now, being a part of the Berks Jazz Fest in and of itself is a unique experience too, because of what it is and the people that come to this. How does that feel for you to be a part of this festival?
Very special, very special. We're so thankful to the Berks Arts Council for the opportunity to have been involved annually for some time now, backing terrific artists and just bringing all different sorts of music to our musicians who themselves love playing new music.
And I know it means a lot to you to be a part of this festival too,
Yes,
Keiko.
of course. You know, we are missing great friends like Chuck Love and George Duke, Joe Sample. Everybody went to heaven, but still we think about them, and we are alive and sharing this music and historical music, legendary music, with the great artists, and we make harmony. That's amazing. This is a really amazing place. And I feel so grateful too, because well, and also the festival carries this long history. That means the generations, not only core music jazz fan, not only that, they are drawing many generations. That's really important, because young kids doesn't go to concert much, but because of the parents, they are listening to the music and they are coming. Like because of I'm doing 32 years in US, I see, scary to see, sometimes 3 to 4 generations in the house. And sometimes a young boy came from the school, and this is the first time I bought your concert tickets by myself. And I came, and I'm glad because tomorrow is exam, but I came and I got energy from you. So that kind of many things happen, and the younger generation is drawing to this kind of great environment, which is very educational, educational way, and it is amazing to share this joy.
Yeah, it is joy.
Joy of life.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And it's the 29th year. And at this festival, you'll find shows that you probably won't see elsewhere, at least not packaged quite like this. So it is a unique experience. And people come not only from all over the country, but also from all over the world. So if you want to get tickets, BerksJazzFest.com. Make sure you go to that. And it starts Friday, April 5th, runs through Sunday, April 14th. Thank you so much for sharing and giving us more details about this fabulous show that's coming up. We've got a lot more for you because it is a great 10-day festival. But here, right now, is a taste of the festival. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about the 29th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest, Reading, Pennsylvania. We now have Gerald Veasley back joining us again. Gerald, you, along with Rick Braun, are musical directors of what newly named the Chuck Loeb Memorial All-Star Jam, Thursday night, April 11th at 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's an honor to be included in this. You know, Chuck was such a great musical director for many years. Of course, he's no longer with us, but we thought it would be great to honor his memory in changing the name of the jam. And it's really in his spirit because he was such a great collaborator. So there'll be about 20 artists, major artists, on stage that day for that for that particular presentation. It includes folks like, where's my cheat sheet? Like Brian Bromberg, Randy Brecker, Nick Coleone, Peter White. It's almost a who's who of players, and it's always a great time. And it's co-led by my good friend Rick Braun, so it's going to be fun.
That's going to be wonderful. So we've got this wonderful last weekend, and the music of Weather Report. Well, Jason Miles is back at 7:30 p.m. and it's going to be at the Miller Center. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Jason Miles, our friend, we know together, he is a wonderful kind of conceptualist who has these wonderful projects honoring music, and music that has been very important to jazz has been the music of Weather Report. So I'm taking part in that, as well as Karen Briggs. We've got Randy Brecker, Bob Mincer. It's fantastic music and a wonderful evening.
It really is. And just to tease everybody, also that night there's a West Coast jam. That's Richard Elliott, Rick Braun, Peter White. Kayla Waters, Kim's daughter, is going to be there, plus Teen Town. So you've got to check that out as well. And we're in this love together. Al Jarreau, this is going to be a great tribute, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, Al Jarreau, of course, is one of our legendary artists, and his music is being honored by Chris Walker, who actually performed and toured with Al Jarreau, and he's bringing along Regina Bell, and that's just going to be a fantastic evening celebrating one of our great American treasures.
Absolutely. Chris Big Dog Davis and friends on Saturday. Phil Perry's coming in, Nick Coleone Mesa, Kim Waters, Althea Renee. I mean, this is like...
And like you
Everybody.
said earlier, this is one of those unique presentations that you won't see anywhere else. Chris Big Dog Davis is a name that we all should know more of because he is the producer behind tons of hits in this genre. He's bringing along some friends to perform some of their favorite music.
Absolutely, and I got to do a podcast with Phil. We can check out other podcasts on the Berks Jazz Fest website. But all of these artists have recorded with him, so that energy, you know what that's like, isn't it?
Yeah, and we don't see each other this much because we travel hard and different part, and this is exciting. Like melting pot. Everybody is here and we get excited to see each other and to play each other.
Yeah.
So this is only happening here.
It is. And you know what's great about the festival too? The artists are so accessible. I mean, you see people walking through the halls, you know.
That's right.
And, you know, fans are coming up and talking to you and just hanging out, and it really has an intimacy about it that really is very special, doesn't it?
I definitely agree. I mean, that's one of the great features of the festival, that we're connected with the audience, and let's face it, without the audience, none of this works. So to have that interaction, we feed off of that energy, and a lot of these folks we've gotten to know through the years on a personal basis, so it's great.
A lot of people even schedule their vacations around this and come back.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they do. Boney James is going to be there for a 7 p.m. show on Saturday, right?
Yeah, Boney James is someone who always puts on a fantastic show. He's a crowd favorite, and that's going to be just super exciting.
Remembering Grover at 75. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I was honored to tour with Grover Washington and record with him for many years, and we thought it'd be an interesting idea to honor his 75th birthday by bringing his original band together, and along with some guest artists to play his music, folks like Kirk Whalum and Everett Harp and Gerald Albright, Andy Snitzer, Berks Jazz Fest horns, to really celebrate the music of this iconic artist.
And here's another unique show, Lean on Me, celebrating music of Bill Withers, plus Liz Wright.
Yeah. Jose James is one of these artists that's really taking the industry by storm because he has this soulful, unique approach to the music. And this is going to be one of those that people will be talking about for a long time.
Yeah. Well, Sunday, we've got Brian Bromberg. Unapologetically funky, big, bombastic band. That's Brian.
That is Brian. He's unapologetically bombastic. And, you know, he's really one of the virtuoso that we have on electric and double bass. And he's bringing an all-star cast along with him as well.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good. Dave Stahl, Quintet. We know that they're fantastic, and that's going to be fun to check them out. Bob James Trio, tell me about that.
Yeah, so Bob James is one of those artists who, you know, you can never pin him down. He does foreplay, he's had larger projects, and this is his trio, which has a really, he's getting back to his roots in terms of jazz. And so this will be a special performance featuring the amazing Billy Kilson on drums.
Yeah.
And actually he is my forehand partner too.
Ah.
We did a forehand project. He invited me for forehand project, and so I recorded with him one piano forehand. So we are thinking about that happen again. But Seems like we are in different week, right?
Oh, but future. Well, remember that for future, right?
That's a good one.
The show to end out the festival on Sunday night at 6 o'clock. It's Kurt Whalem's Gospel According to Jazz Celebration. Now, this has been going on for quite a few years, and what a great way to bring the festival to a wonderful, uplifting conclusion.
I agree. It's totally uplifting. And Kurt Whalem, who's a good friend
Yes.
of ours, you know, he's such a beautiful human being, and he always brings along fantastic guests. And this year, the featured artist is Take 6. So that's going to be just completely amazing. We've got some wonderful vocalists in his brother Kevin Whalem and John Started. And we always feature the Doxa Gospel Ensemble. And as you said, it's completely uplifting and a great way to cap off the festival.
It truly is. And one little side note on here, too, if you don't have enough on the 14th, on the 16th, Arturo Sandoval is going to be there.
Wow.
Yes, who's one of the world's greatest trumpeters. So
Absolutely.
there's something for everyone. The festival itself is very diverse in terms of the lineup. You've got Keiko with the Reading Pops Orchestra. You have Randy Brecker and people like Terrell Stafford, who represent straight ahead jazz. Then you've got the soulful sounds of Will Downing and people like that. And of course your smooth jazz stars like Boney James. Who could ask for anything more?
That's what I say. Who could ask for anything more? So we hope everyone will join us, because it's 10 days of a lot of fun and a lot of spectacular music. So don't forget, it is Friday, April 5th through Sunday, April 14th. Just go to berksjazzfest.com for tickets. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
It's
very much.
great to
Thank you
see you
for having
both, and I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see you at
Looking
Berks.
forward to
It's
it.
going to be a lot of
Yes.
fun. Thank you for joining us today, too. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, reminding you to look behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.